Representative Angie Craig, Democrat of Minnesota and the ranking member of the Committee on Agriculture, appeared on MSNBC today. And she had some choice words for the Speaker of the House, Speaker Johnson, where she pointed out something quite interesting. If his lips are moving, what does it say? He's lying. Let's get explicit here. This speaker, on just about every issue that he comes out with, he simply goes out to the American people and lie. He lied when he told them that the big bad beautiful bill just stops illegal. It was the cuts in Medicaid was to stop the illegals from taking advantage of the healthcare system. It's a lie, as many people are going to realize, that good people are losing their healthcare. It's a lie when he said that so much of these different programs, Medicare, etc., was being given to these illegals. And now again, he's lying when he states that the emergency fund that is there for SNAP, for food stamps, he somehow cannot use. He's lying. And the Congresswoman said it well. She said it explicitly. Let's listen to her, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Minutes ago that more than 24 states have now sued the Trump administration in a last-ditch effort to maintain SNAP funding. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman from Minnesota, Angie Craig. I'm always happy to have you as a guest, but particularly now, given this lawsuit that was just filed, what can you tell us about it?
Well, I'm very proud of my Attorney General, Keith Ellison, in Minnesota. He's among 22 other states who filed an action against the Trump administration today. Candidly, I said last week, we need to sue their asses. This is illegal what they're doing. We have appropriated money. It's over $5 billion into a contingency fund that until last week on the USDA website itself, it said that this money could be used during a government shutdown. And we know they also have the authority to also move other money around and pay November SNAP benefits. The bottom line, Chris, the administration is choosing not to pay 440,000 Minnesotans their SNAP benefits in November. They're choosing not to pay 16 million children who have access to SNAP benefits. They are choosing to do this. It's illegal, it's immoral, and it's probably one of the most cruel things we've seen out of this administration so far.
Well, let me talk about the other side of this. The Agriculture Department has a new message on its website blaming Democrats for this upcoming lapse. And so Speaker Mike Johnson, who also defends the Agriculture Department's refusal to step in and use contingency funds to help, said this.
We want to fund SNAP, but they did the legal research and they could not find a 1930s era statute to bootstrap that one. The contingency fund was approved by Congress, and when the Democrats voted against the CR, they voted against the ability of us to use that money. And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
So I just want to repeat that and get your reaction. He says when you, the Democrats, voted against the CR, the continuing resolution, you voted against the ability to use that money. What do you say to that?
I say if his mouth is moving these days, he's lying. There has never been a lapse in appropriations for SNAP in any other government shutdown. This isn't new territory for this administration. They know. Secretary Brooke Rollins, her own website up until Friday night, spelled this out clearly, that contingency fund can be used to fund SNAP benefits in November. It wouldn't be enough to fund the entirety of the benefits, but she also has the authority to move money around to make November benefits whole. So anyone who says the administration can't do this is just lying through their teeth, which frankly, I've just become accustomed to during this shutdown. And look, where's Donald Trump? He needs to come back to the United States and get this government open. He's literally in Japan today telling people to buy foreign cars. This is insane. First, he wants us to buy Argentine beef, and this week he wants us to buy foreign cars. What happened to putting America first in this administration?
This man the Speaker of the House, Johnson, likes to profess his Christianity, likes to profess his conservatism. What he really should be professing is his inhumanity. Because, while they're talking about food insecurity, while they're talking about all these issues, let's cut to the chase. We're not talking food insecurity per se. We're talking hunger. Americans going hungry in the wealthiest country in the world, in the country that produces the most food per capita than anywhere else on this planet. And we have people who will be starving. Folks, this can only happen in a failed economic model. You cannot have 42 million people having to receive food stamps because they don't make enough, as all or major corporations, many of them who hire these people that are on food stamps. You cannot have a system like that if it is not a failed economic system. So yes, we have to solve the problem with opening the government and the health insurance problem. But all of those are Band-Aids. We have to have a complete revamp of an economic system that allows the same corporations that hire these people at a pittance to profit widely, as these people have to suffer the indignity of having to depend on food stamps to exist, to prevent their hunger, to survive. This is something that we, the people, have got to understand and see, and also end. We need to modify this economic system in such a manner that these things, these inequities, these failures, the allowance of parasitic billionaires to exist, it must end.
All of our country's problems, from polarization to ignorance on domestic and international issues to a complete misunderstanding of our economic and healthcare systems, are a direct result of a derelict mainstream media that too often bend over backwards to support corporate or bought politicians' wants as opposed to the people's needs for real information to make their lives better. Independent media is the only solution to inform truthfully and factually. Why? Because our loyalties are to you, the ones who fund us with small dollar contributions and subscriptions. Please consider supporting our independent media platforms by subscribing to our Egberto Off the Record newsletter at politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. Again, that is politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. It's an investment that pays incalculable dividends.